right now.
Breaking news, a 3-year-old dead, shot and killed while playing with a gun. We're live at the scene with new information.
All new at 5, a man tied to a chair, tortured for money. And police say it was by an old business partner. We have the latest developments in a story that's playing out like an action flick.
Plus, day 3 in the search for Southfield's fire chief, missing in the waters of Lake St. Clair.
And the National Weather Service just confirming an EF1 twister touchdown in Michigan, all ahead at 5.
This is breaking news from the 7 Action Newsroom.
We begin tonight with breaking news. DTE confirming there is a power outage at the Ren Cen right now. We're told a substation downtown has taken a hit and it is causing a lot of problems.
We've also seen several mentions from people on Twitter complaining about having to walk down dozens of flights of stairs. DTE says they're also checking other buildings and businesses downtown. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this, bring you the latest and more details coming into our newsroom.
Okay, we have more breaking news right now for you. A 3-year-old shot and killed on Detroit's east side.
This was the scene from Chopper 7 over the home on Eastwood near 7 Mile. We're going to get straight to 7 investigator Ross Jones. He's been gathering new information. And Ross, this sounds like a tragic accident.
A horrific accident, Glenda. Good afternoon, with two children right at the center of it. One is dead. The other will never be the same.
We received a call of a shooting. We arrived and found that a 3-year-old and an 11-year-old were playing or inside of a rear of a car.
And then by accident, police say, that 3-year-old boy was shot in the head. Police arrived on the scene near 7 Mile and Kelly within 13 minutes of the 911 call. The young boy rushed to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Barbara Willis lives just across the street.
We was working on the yard out here, so we thought it was a firecracker, but turned out it was a gunshot. So before that, we was still working and stuff, and then we just heard screaming. So we ran over there to see what happened, and everybody was crying, said the little boy got shot.
So whose gun was it, and how did it get into the hands of 2 small children? The questions right now being probed by Detroit police. This is very much an active scene, as you can see behind me right now. 5 or 6 Detroit police cars on the scene, and I'd say about a dozen officers, if not more. We'll continue to follow this story and have another live report ahead on Action News at 6. For now, from the city's east side, Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
All right, Ross, certainly a warning for everyone. If you've got a gun, lock it up right now. Thank you much for the live report. Glenda, I'm going to send it over to you.
All right, Carolyn, and all new at 5, allegations of torture and extortion in the basement of a Roseville home. 7 Action News reporter Andy Choi live in Roseville now with the shocking details. Andy.
Glenda, this extortion and torture all unfolded Friday night in the basement of the home behind me, all over a $14,000 loan. Edward Palakai walked into his arraignment ready to deny any wrongdoing. Roseville police argued otherwise.
Defendant ended up tying the victim to a chair in a basement at a house in the city of Roseville, where he began to torture him by various means.
You can see Palakai mouthing, "That's bull," shaking his head on numerous occasions. But police say last Friday at his girlfriend's home, the 39-year-old man tried asking an on-again, off-again business partner for a $14,000 loan. Palakai wanted to start a restaurant, but when his business partner said no, that's when police say Palakai lost it and forced the 52-year-old man into the basement, bound him to a chair, threw punches, hammered nails into the victim, even tried to waterboard the man. The victim finally agreed to the loan, but Palakai never got to the cash.
Our victim called his boss and told his boss that he needed $14,000. And his boss was agreeable to this, but just something in the tone of his voice and whatnot set off some alarm bells. So he called the Southfield Police Department, who we need to thank for their cooperation.
Now, when Palakai headed to Southfield with the victim to the victim's workplace, he was met by Southfield police. Palakai is in jail now on a $250,000 bond. His preliminary hearing is set for August 19th. We are live in Roseville. I'm Andy Choi, 7 Action News.
All right, thanks a lot, Andy. And new details in the Colorado movie theater shooting that left 12 people dead. Today, jurors refused to rule out sentencing James Holmes to death. Throughout the trial, the defense has said Holmes was mentally ill during the 2012 attack. But jurors refused to buy it, and they'll now decide if the 27-year-old should die by lethal injection or spend the rest of his life in prison. Carolyn.
All right, Glenda, new information on the body found in a ditch in Romulus last week. The medical examiner has identified the victim as Emmanuel Lofton. The 50-year-old's body was found by an MDOT lawn mowing crew near the eastbound I-94 ramp to I-275. Now, the medical examiner has ruled the death a homicide, with the cause of death being asphyxia. Well, for the past 3 days, crews have been trying to locate the body of Southfield Fire Chief Keith Rowley in Lake St. Clair. The chief was boating with some friends when he went into the lake on Friday night, and today the recovery effort got some unexpected help. 7 investigator Jim Kirchner is live with the very latest for us. So, Jim, what kind of help were you talking about?
Talking about Selfridge Air National Guard Base just west of here. When this happened on Friday night, it was not clear where this boat was located in this massive lake. Alcohol is a factor, but this lake is 3 times the size of the city of Detroit in terms of square miles. Selfridge has Homeland Security equipment that constantly monitors this lake. They were able to turn the clock back in time, pinpoint the boat, and most importantly, narrow the search.
I work for Southfield Fire Department, and we don't have water like this, so I really don't have a lot of experience with this.
Even for experienced divers, get this. Lake St. Clair is a massive 430 square miles, the deepest parts around 20 feet. With strong winds all weekend and the storms overnight, this has been a moving target.
Yeah, there's a lot of underwater current. Yep, sure is.
And even with this wind, it'll blow you around.
Oh yeah, it'll blow us around.
The dive teams working from sunrise to sunset all weekend and into this, day 3.
Know the looks of the faces of the men and women of the Macomb County Sheriff's Department and Oakland County Sheriffs. They're physically demanding the toll that's taken.
58-year-old Fire Chief Keith Rowley boating Friday night with a 55-year-old male friend, the captain. His hat blew off. The chief dove into the water for it. No life jacket. Winds 20 miles an hour. Waves 3 to 4 feet. Alcohol was a factor, the sheriff says. 2 women also on board. Everybody has been cooperating.
It's all about safety, and she just can't see something like this happening.
The Brotherhood of Firefighting has gotten behind the chief's family, and you can join in. An online fundraiser at the Southeast Michigan Association of Fire Chiefs. The website, smafc.org. This is for a man who gave 35 years of his life to the Southfield Fire Department, the last 3 as chief.
If anybody had a servant's heart, Chief Rowley is the epitome of that. He's an excellent firefighter, was an incredible paramedic.
And the search will continue to sundown. We just saw another boat go out just a couple of minutes ago. There is a driving under the influence charge pending against the boat captain. His name has not been released. I'm live in Harrison Township. Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you much, Jim.
And the National Weather Service has confirmed it was an EF1 tornado that touched down in Owendale last night. That's in Michigan's Thumb. You can see the twister knocking down trees and power lines in this video.
Well, after the sun came up, the path of destruction was quite clear. A roof was taken right off a school, and the tornado also knocked out power to more than 190,000 homes and businesses.
And getting to those power outages, 41,000 DTE customers remain in the dark right now. The majority of the outages are in the Thumb area, 9,000 in Wayne County and 3,000 in Oakland County. Linemen from nearby states have been called in to help with this restoration. DTE says that power should be restored to everyone by tomorrow night.
So wicked storms, but quite calm right now. Let's get on over to 7 First Alert meteorologist Chris Edwards for the latest.
Yeah, we get a little bit of a break. Sure, there are some showers, but there's been very little thunder or lightning, and nothing severe has occurred in terms of the storms this afternoon, and nothing will this evening. Actually, things are quieting down. Take a look at the radar. It's moving through quickly as one little area of showers. Now, it has flared up a little as it's east of us now on into southwest Ontario. There's quite a bit of lightning in this area, for instance, approaching the Pinery, moving toward the east and heading out over Lake Erie. But for us, we're generally just partly cloudy across the area. There are a few showers right around Brockway, up I-69. I can't rule out another shower or 2 in the Port Huron vicinity in the next hour, but most of the rest of us are dry and comfortable in terms of temperatures, mostly in the 70s. It's 81 at Metro and Ann Arbor. There is a bit of a breeze, though, 10 to 15 miles miles per hour. Occasionally, there are a few slightly higher gusts, and the drier air is coming in here. Dew points into the 50s are moving into the area now. It's actually that difference between the drier and the more humid air that has triggered the scattered showers, but we're moving into the pleasant range in terms of dew points in the 50s, and I'll let you know we're going to stay there for a while. I'll talk about when the showers could come back in just a bit.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. A Detroit man will stand trial for the murder of a 64-year-old Trenton man. Prosecutors say Aaron Marshall met his victim, George Height, at a Detroit casino back in April. It's believed the 35-year-old followed Height home that night after he won big. The medical examiner says Height was strangled. Marshall has pled not guilty to the crime. And this man wanted for robbing a Flagstar Bank in Novi. Investigators say he walked into the bank on 8 Mile Road Saturday morning and approached an employee in her cubicle. He told her it was a robbery, then cleared the cash out of her drawer. He got away with an undisclosed amount of money, but as you can see, he didn't do much to conceal his identity. If you recognize him, give Novi police a call. Carolyn.
All right, Glenda, new at 5. Wayne State University is launching a new program to create a treatment plan for people suffering from PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a serious problem affecting police, firefighters, military veterans, and victims of violent crime. A recent study found 37% of firefighters suffer from PTSD. That's nearly 4 out of every 10 on the job. As a result, the new initiative will include treatment options along with prevention and awareness programs to help people identify the signs and even the symptoms before it is too late.
And still ahead on Action News at 5, the new warning from the Better Business Bureau after those strong storms rolled through.
An alleyway turned into a jungle and an illegal dumping ground. Senior citizens are now worried about their safety. The effort to get this cleared away.
And then all new in our next half hour, the casting call for Strawberry. Who will play exotic dancer Tamara Green and former mayor Kwame Kilpatrick in the tell-all play set to hit the stage? That's coming up at 5:30.
And we continue to follow that breaking news power out at the Ren Cen in downtown Detroit. These are live pictures from Chopper 7.
People have been tweeting saying they're having to walk down dozens of flights of stairs. Not funny, or they're not happy about that. The GM marquee at the top is in the dark right now. We've also just learned the Millender Center is without power. We do have crews on the way to the scene. We'll have more on Action News at 5 as we continue.
It was a scary moment.
Cars swallowed in floodwaters.
It became very surreal very quick.
1 year later, Action News goes diving with Michigan State Police.
What we're afraid people will do is nothing.
How you can get out alive. All new at 11 on 7. Start your day, Detroit, with 7 Action News this morning.
Weather and traffic every 7 minutes. Let's take a look at some alternate routes
so you can plan your day.
Breaking news.
We're following breaking news this morning. The biggest morning team. What's happening now?
Coffee clings to all the early risers.
That's 7 Action News this morning.
All across Southeast Michigan, homeowners are transforming their basements with the new Owens Corning Basement Finishing System Unlimited, installed by the Ultimate Basement Makeover. This revolutionary basement finishing system can dramatically improve your basement situation in about 2 weeks with virtually no mess. And with the new paintable custom walls, you can change the look of your basement as much as you like. Think about having a new family room or a place to entertain friends. The only limitation is your imagination. And now, for a limited time, take advantage of our half-off labor sale on the new Owens Corning Basement Finishing System Unlimited, installed by the Ultimate Basement Makeover. That's a half-price savings on professional labor when you call now. Ask about convenient payment plans. Plus, call 1-800-723-2200 during this program and receive a 70-inch HD TV with purchase. Pick up the phone. Schedule your in-home estimate now to take advantage of these special savings.
If you want to sell your home in 15 years, call me, Malik Z. But if you want to sell your home now, call my dad, Mark Z. He's the best. If you're not happy for any reason, fire him. But you won't. He sold thousands of homes, and I guarantee he'll sell yours too.
Hi, I'm Mark Z. I sold thousands of homes. I'm not bragging. I'm applying for the job. Call me today and start packing.
Call my daddy today.
Now shopping at Kroger is even more convenient. Come join our grand opening celebrations at any of our 5 new locations. You'll find fresh produce, tender Angus beef, expanded organic and natural foods, plus more. Come save with low prices and enjoy fast, friendly checkout. Great food, low prices at Kroger. USDA Choice Top Sirloin Steak is $5.99 a pound, and 6-ounce cartons of raspberries are 99 cents each. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Why should you call the Mike Morse Law Firm? We get Michigan's biggest settlements when it comes to auto accident, dog bite, and Social Security disability claims. Michigan's biggest settlements. You want to win big? You better call me. 855 Mike Wins.
We continue to follow breaking news in downtown Detroit, where the Ren Cen and the Millender Center are without power. You are looking at live pictures right now from Chopper 7.
Live pictures. People were tweeting even that they had trouble getting down the stairs. So we're going to continue to follow the latest developments and get back to you. Aaron Baskerville heading to the scene. We'll join him live as soon as he arrives.
Certainly a tough situation, especially in this heat, if they have to walk down those stairs as well. So we'll have an update soon.
Longtime Detroit residents who took pride in their block are sending out an SOS for what's happening behind their houses.
They turn to 7 Action News reporter Ronnie Dahl, and she has a story now from Detroit's west side.
Peekaboo, I'm right here, through the trees. No, this isn't a jungle, it's an alleyway. And this backs up to a block of senior citizens. It's being used as an illegal dumping ground and illegal activity. Senior citizens are worried and they need help. Press Street on Detroit's west side is what's right about Detroit. Well cared for homes with manicured lawns. But behind the houses, there are overgrown weeds attracting trouble.
We've had cars brought back here stripped, set on fire. We've come back and we found people back here doing all sorts of illegal activities.
It's very just overgrown, and they're different. There are roots coming out of there.
The Gores tried turning to City Hall for help.
The city did come out and look at the alley. And they said because the overgrowth is actually growing on the sides of the alley and over the alley, that it wasn't their responsibility, that the individual residents and the business owners had to clean it up.
The neighbors on Press Street would be willing to get their hands dirty to tackle the massive job, but they aren't young whippersnappers anymore.
We've been living here on the block for 34 years, and we're the newbies on the block. But our neighbors are mostly 70s, 80s, and some 90s. So they're unable to come out and do the massive work.
Since the businesses along Greenfield share the alleyway, I went looking for help.
Guys want to be good neighbors?
First stop, the auto repair shop.
We clean it all the time, you know what I'm saying? But like we said, there's just so much people that comes and, dump stuff.
Despite the ongoing dumping problem, they're willing to pitch in with some energetic help. Pull some weeds. Yep. Put you to work. Yep. Next stop, Pack Power. We need help. You guys want to be good neighbors?
We're willing to help.
We meet workers willing to flex their muscles to let strangers know people do care.
We'll be there.
The cleanup is scheduled for this upcoming Saturday at 3 p.m. City of Detroit is donating the use of a dumpster. More volunteers are still needed. On Detroit's west side, Ronnie Dahl, 7 Action News.
Thank you, Ronnie. In an update last week, Ronnie shared the story of Kim and Terry Bowman. They're the couple that just purchased a house with a pool on the city's west side. But city officials declared the pool a safety hazard and ordered it to be filled in. Only contractors didn't just dump dirt, they also dumped debris, including bricks and metal. That pool destroyed. City officials said they were going to get to the bottom of what happened and figured out which contractors did that shoddy work. We're still waiting for answers. Ronnie will stay on them until we get them.
Thank goodness. All right now we're going to get back to that breaking news in downtown Detroit, where the Ren Cen and the Millender Center are without power in all this heat.
Yeah, 7 Action News reporter Aaron Baskerville just arriving to the scene, and he joins us now live with the latest developments. Aaron, what's going on?
A lot of activity, I can tell you that. We just arrived on scene minutes ago. You can hear fire engines going back and forth down here, rushing this way towards the Renaissance Center. All we know right now is that we have confirmed there is a power outage down here, at least 2 buildings without power. We know the Renaissance is having some issues. DTE telling us earlier today this started around 4 o'clock. At least 1 elevator in each of those towers is working, but of course it's a big nightmare, a headache for everybody else. They're still trying to figure out what other buildings may be without power. Just a few minutes ago, I ran into this man, Dr. Robert Wergen. He's here from out of town, from Nebraska. Yeah. You had quite an ordeal. Tell us what happened and when the power went out when you were inside the Renaissance Center.
Well, I was on the 18th floor, and suddenly the lights went out and the air conditioner fan went out, doing some work for a talk that I'm going to give to the National Medical Association tomorrow. And a voice came over and said, from security, said there's no emergency, but we don't have power and we're working on finding the cause. So I went ahead and went down the 18 floors to get to the lobby, along with quite a few other hotel guests, because of the lines on the single elevator that was operating.
So just talk about the scene, you know, just describe what was going on. The power goes out, that announcement goes over. Are people flooding the stairwell just trying to get out?
Well, at first, of course, there probably was some concern about security. Did something happen intentionally, I think, and that's why many of the people came out of the rooms. My room just went kind of dark, and the blowers went out, and then the announcement that there was no security issues, but I felt it was probably I needed to get over the conference, so thought maybe the quickest way was just take the stairwells. And they did have lighting, and me and a bunch of my friends in the floors above and on my floor came down all the flights.
Did you hear any word about people being trapped inside elevators or stuck anywhere? I know that's starting to trickle in right now, no exact confirmation, but any word of that?
I can't confirm any of that. I do know the elevators, the ones on the immediate area in front of my room were not operational.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor, for your time. What a way to start your visit here to Detroit. Thanks for staying with us and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Lots of excitement here in Detroit. I didn't count on this, but it's an exciting city.
All right. Thanks, Doctor. Appreciate your time. Well, we're going to be down here, like I said, right now. DTE confirming there is a power outage in the Millender Center, also the Renaissance Center. Some sort of substation issue is causing this outage. Right now, they're working as fast as they can to fix the problem. The Renaissance Center, their Twitter account also tweeting out, we know about these issues. We're working on it as fast as we can. They're going to have some more updates as soon as they're available. We'll be down here working the scene. But for now, let's send it back to you in the studio.
Aaron, I have a quick question for you. Are they calling for an evacuation at all, especially in this heat and considering there's so many people in those buildings right now?
To be honest, we haven't had a chance to check that out. We got down to the scene just minutes ago, set up for the live truck. We ran into the doctor, asked him about, you know, what was going on, and luckily he was inside and was able to stop and talk to us. So hopefully we can maybe make our way closer if that's possible during the next hour or so. But we haven't heard anything yet. I mean, it happened at 4 o'clock. I mean, it is fairly hot outside, especially if people are walking. He walked 18 floors. You can imagine there's at least 73 floors or so up there. So people walking, you know, more flights, there could be an issue there, but that's something, of course, we'll check on.
And Aaron, we realize you're just getting to the scene, but any word about the people mover? Do you see it moving?
Right now, from what I can see, I don't see it moving at all. I know that right when we got here, at least 2 fire trucks were screaming down the road, going this way. They were stopping traffic, headed in that direction towards the Renaissance Center. We don't know what that's in regards to. Of course, like I said, there were reports, early reports of people possibly trapped in elevators and things like that. So a very active scene. People right now just trying to get out of the Renaissance Center, just trying to make their way down either through those stairs or luckily through one of those elevators that are working in each of the towers. So, but right now I do not see the people mover working at all. Just people kind of milling around, trying to figure out exactly what's going on right now.
All right, Aaron, get some more information and then get back to us. Thank you so much for the live report.